try darling. I'm just trying to add Bruce, but it's just not popping up. Right, he said he's going to be 2 minutes. So hello everyone. Good to see you. Hello from Canada. Hi. Guys, there's a lot of questions today, and we are quite limited with the time. So my apologies if we won't be able to answer them all. But there is another live stream on Thursday at the exact same time. So if you want to pop the questions there as well, I think Bruce will be more than happy to respond. Hello from Japan, hello from Slovakia. Wow, so many of you. Right. Let's just try again. Oh, there is some difficulty. I don't know why. It should work now. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, good to see you. Hi. Sorry, I know it's very late because currently you're in Seoul, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm in quarantine, so
Okay.
it's a
So
boring
which
night.
time zone is it over the last 2 months or so? Because you're just traveling around the world right now.
Yeah.
Must be very tiring.
Institute gave me a quite torturing schedule.
Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, thanks ever so much for joining us today. I really appreciate, especially I know how busy you've been, so it's much appreciated, and I think a lot of people appreciate it as well. We've got loads of questions, but obviously we're not going to go through all of them because that will be just hours upon hours. But before we start, I want to ask you about the release of your album, because that was just a few days ago. How do you feel about that? Because I've seen people just been pre-ordering like crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen it myself yet, so I couldn't
Really?
tell. I need to get the real object. But obviously it's no I think it's a bit of reliving the adventure because it's the live recordings from the competition, so it's a bit emotional every time I listen back to it.
So yeah, so you already was listening to it on Spotify or something, I guess.
sometimes,
and
yeah.
it's just bringing like a lot of
Fact,
emotions, I suppose.
no.
Congratulations on that. I already got mine copy, so
Yeah, because everybody's sending me the copy, but I myself, because I'm always traveling, I actually didn't get the copy yet. So
I'm sure like on the upcoming concert you will see a lot of them, like people will just
probably.
ask you for like autographs and stuff. So right, so let's just move on to questions. Obviously there will be few still around the competition. So
Yeah.
someone asked how you actually feel after all this buzz around the competition and how your life has changed. And, we aware, like, is it true that the schedule for your concerts are already like booked for next 2 years?
Yeah, it is. It's until 23.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but, as I saw some questions, so soon I will make a website so you guys can all follow up what's happening.
Yeah, I think that was like a very common question. Like everyone was
Yeah,
just asking about
I
this
can imagine
marketing and
it's not published until February. That's from the institute, yeah, and then the rest will be by myself.
oh, so I guess that you're just getting thousands of the requests. Like also like the social media is just like going crazy, like so many, like there is so many forums, like I think there is already a few on Facebook where there are like fans of you, and everyone just keep asking about concerts.
Yeah.
Right, the second question, which is quite interesting one, so when the result of the Chopin competition were announced and your name didn't come up right away, what you were thinking? Like, did you think that you're gonna win it, or you were just like thinking, oh, I didn't really get any prize, or what was your suspicions that moment?
You mean when they were announcing the result?
Yeah, during the announcement, you
Oh,
would
yeah.
just like had like the surnames of like
I
stuff
remember
like that.
because
Yeah.
it was quite funny because I think it was quite messy, because we were talking in Polish, and I think we were quite we were just congratulating each other, and actually I didn't know which prize I was congratulating for. I was next to uh Kyohei, and who else? Jakub and JJ. We were yeah, and it was quite funny because we were just congratulating each other. But of course, at the end, when they say the winner is blah blah blah, I was of course, like, I knew it in the moment, and it's quite. I mean, for me, it's like I didn't expect anything, so I would say I was quite surprised because I think I remember when I entered the final, I was already very happy, in the fact that I could play all the piece I have prepared for, like, really. But it was the moment a bit like a black and white in your head. It's like a bit of a timeless moment. Like you forget a bit what's really happening because
Yeah,
you're so
I remember because I
shocked.
was there and I saw you like once the winner was announced. I've seen like for a couple of seconds you were just like completely freezed, and I think that after like a couple of moments you're actually thinking what happened, because it's
Yeah,
such a big thing, like you wouldn't expect. But it was very emotional, and I was also very late. We were like
yeah.
there for hours waiting, but those things that can't be really controlled.
It's so
So the
fun
sorry.
backstage.
Sorry.
So we had some fun backstage.
Oh
So
yeah, trust me, we as well. With all the press, everyone was just like fighting who is, in the first row. um, so during the competition, the fact that more than 1,000 of people were watching live streaming every day, is that gave you a pressure, or did you gain more energy from it?
I think both. Yeah. The fact that, yeah, I mean, when we go on stage, actually, we just forget about. I mean, you don't know what's happening outside of this hall. So, but actually, it's more before going on stage when you
Mhm.
are realize that there's millions. I don't know how many people have been watching you, and uh, but not when the moment you step on the stage, you just forget everything, which is good. Maybe because you know, the of course the hall is so packed, and you know, so like the audience is really impressive, so that makes you really forget. Yeah. So and in the hall, I think it's energetic in a way because
Mm-hmm.
especially for me, it's like I haven't played any public concerts, as I said before, quite for a year already. So I think this kind of contrast was really really huge. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because after the pandemic, it was like, you know, huge change, as you're saying. Do you have any like particular way of like dealing with stress before getting on stage?
I think it's to just imagine that you're on stage when you practice,
Mm-hmm.
so you can kind of prepare psychologically, you know, to it. I think imagination is really important because I mean, if you nowadays it's not so hard with technology. You can imagine, you know, visually you can look at the hall in photos, you can listen to recordings, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
actually when I was going on the stage, it felt quite familiar for me. It's like have already be on the stage like 100 times in my mind, you know. And so actually I didn't feel so crazy.
Yeah, to be fair, you always, because I was looking at it from the backstage, and every time when you were like entering the stage, you looked like quite confident and comfortable. It was like almost running up the stairs every time. Um, right. The next question that I've got is like someone said that in one of the recent interviews, you said that you want people to not be so focused on the fact that you won the Chopin competition because you also want to like play different composers. So the question is, the competition itself is a great success and dream come true, or is just a little bit of like a limitation in terms of like artistic plans and development? Because obviously once you win such a competition, like I don't know if I think something. Oh no. Ooh. I think we lost connection.
Sorry, got lost.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so just remind the question. Basically someone asked about, because Chopin competition itself, like when you are a winner, it's just put a little bit like pressure in terms of like expectations. What is your program? Do you mean like people will just expect playing the Chopin all the time? And obviously you want to introduce like the different pieces of different composers. So someone asking if it's a good thing or is a little bit like a limitation in terms of like
No,
career?
it's not. I think it's like in certain period you always have to play certain piece, right? So this kind of perfect opportunity to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's not limiting my what I could do in the future or in the past, you know. So I think all these composers are connected in a way because even I remember this competition was postponed for a year, and actually this year a lot of people asked how I prepared
Mm-hmm.
for the competition, and I said that actually by not playing as much Chopin as possible. So you see.
Okay, I understand, because you know, like people will now just almost expect all the time to Chopin being played, and I see like when there is a new lineups coming up of the finalists playing different concerts, and when it's not just
Yeah,
Chopin, people are quite surprised. But actually, you know, you are just pianist, like, and you play different pieces, so sometimes it's good to have a
that's
variety
my
of this.
boy
Um,
in the
okay, the
quarantine.
next question. Oh God. Well, at least
Yeah,
you've got
it's good.
something to practice on. How long are you on quarantine for?
Uh, Actually, just one day. It's not bad.
Ah, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
At least you can relax a little bit, you know. Um, Right. The next quite interesting question. Did your like professor gave you any advice before the competition or after, or any words of wisdom
So
that
they
you
want
can
me to play
share with
something
us?
later.
No, 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 no.
No,
The if your
I'm looking at
professor,
questions.
like
I
a
mean,
teacher, did he gave ah you're
okay.
looking at the
So of course, yeah, because he
comment.
was, the the previous winner. So, but more than that, it's actually I think what I share with my teacher is very special. Is that it's not only about music, but also, he also says a lot about all the problems in the everyday life, which is fun because at the end,
Mm-hmm.
music is it's related with life, and life cannot be out of without all the details that you have in everyday's life, such as buying food, buying clothes, and how to better pack the luggage to the trips. These advice are actually sometimes more useful.
Yeah, because like music itself is very complex, like, and I think most of the pianists they saying like they taking inspiration from different factors of life, so you need to
Yeah.
have like bigger picture, I guess. Uh, and actually, someone had these questions about it. So, what are some inspiring moments in your life that shaped your
Hello,
approach to
Amy.
music?
Leonora. Everybody's there. Oh my God. Yeah. So what's the question? Sorry.
So what are the inspiring moments in your life that shaped your approach to
I think all
music?
the hobbies I do, as you guys all know,
It's
because I started piano quite late. So uh, I think just all the I loved sports. I also play chess. I like reading. I like movies. Swim every day. Karting, of course. So I think all this, is kind of connected.
hmm So is there like any particular moment when you decided, okay, now I'm just proceeding my professional career, or
Quite
it was just like a smooth transfer, or was there any trigger to
not
that?
really, because I have never been pushed when I was young to to learn piano or to do it by longer than I want. So I never really felt
Mhm.
this. I think this barrier.
Fair enough. Right, I'm just looking. Oh, someone asked, did you have any memorable fun interaction after competition? Like, because obviously through the competition and after you meeting like a lot of inspiring people, like pianists itself, but also like a fan. So did you have any like a memorable moment
Yeah,
with
like now.
fans already?
It's nice to see all the people saying hello. That's nice.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people like also like up very early or like in the middle
Yeah.
of the night as well, which is great. Like they very, very committed. um, so how do you keep yourself inspired when playing the pieces that you've already performed? Is there any like specific sources you like to take inspiration from? Because like a lot of the time you just play the same piece during the concerts, and I guess it's quite interesting to know how you're getting yourself in a inspired all the time and keep
I
that
think it's
freshness.
to the fact that we play on different plays, different halls, meet different conductor, orchestra, and different piano, of course. So all
Mhm.
these factors already made the change. So I think for piano is great because every
Yeah.
different place you play a different instrument. Not like the other people who bring their own ones. So I think that's a sometimes we always complain that's so hard to adapt and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's a good way, as you said, to keep this freshness, I think.
hmm Yeah, so because people like also want to know what will inspire you to like practice more,
Okay.
because like while you practicing.
It's my facility tuner.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
I saw
literally
some
everyone's like,
my
man, oh great.
old high school friends.
I'm very glad. Oh, amazing. Um, okay, so moving to next one. Someone put the question saying, as time change, I think the classical industry should also change. Have you ever thought about what to do as a concert pianist in terms of the classical industry to develop
So deep
further in the
question.
future? I know.
uh, I think it's, you don't need to do anything. I know a lot of people is trying to do, recreate a lot of new forms and new, ways. I think it's good, but at the same time, it's good to keep it natural as well, to just follow your personality. Already we have so many different personalities, so I think just follow yourself. I think then it will just go in the right way. I think because as I said, it's like the same as I learned piano. When you force too much, it's I don't know. There's always something not so convincing. I think for example, I'm
Yeah, but
interested
also.
already to
Mhm.
many things. So I think naturally this will make my direction quite different.
Yeah, I suppose, but what I was about to say is like in terms of like, industry change, I strongly believe like the classical music still should like keep their spirit. Obviously, we have stuff like live streaming and everything about like technology, but I think like some of the old rules should be kept and not really like changed, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think maybe people can go back to eat in concert halls, like in the past, like a party mode. That would be pretty nice.
Definitely some of the parties. Uh, oh, this one is quite nice. Hi, Bruce. I'd like to ask you if there is any piece, classical music or any kind of music, you find too emotional when you hear it or even play it, and that feeling is just unbearable. So it's like making you, I don't know, nearly
During the
crying,
competition?
I suppose. No, is there any like particular piece, or song or anything like that? Sometimes you've got one of those, music pieces that trigger like some tears.
Uh, Not yet, I think. I think it depends on the moment of the
Not
life.
yet.
Maybe so far I was pretty happy, so maybe I need to experience some pain in the future too. So that every piece I play in this period will be will be painful.
Okay. So would you mind sharing your experience from the competition you have entered, including good and bad results? If a bad results, how do you feel with those frustrated emotions and make yourself never give up on piano?
Ah, that's really hard.
Because obviously,
Yeah.
there are some
Mm,
competitions which go.
no, but obviously all the competitions I did, maybe you already know, like from Sendai competition in Japan to Montreal competition, and then to the Rubinstein, Tel Aviv. But all these are quite good. I was managing to enter the
Mhm.
finals, but there's a lot. Maybe better not say the names, but I was eliminated in the tape, like DVD round. So you don't even name in the competition, which is good.
Mhm.
So people think I didn't participate, but actually, I did quite a lot. um, so at the start, I was quite upset every time there's this kind of thing. Of course, who like failure? I think nobody likes that, but it's part of the life. So I think that's what the experience made me to this time in Chopin, that I was not so expecting anything. I was just focusing on my music, and I think that keep my mindset quite, I think, healthy in a way. So all these
Yeah, it's,
make
you know,
you
it's not
more
getting into
mature,
depression.
as how to face all these things.
Yeah, especially like, you know, this year, I think like whole world was just watching the shopping competition, you know, after the pandemic, everything just moved online. So
Yeah.
whole world was just watching you.
So I haven't swim
Uh,
for a long time.
did you not?
Somebody-
Are you actually have any plans for any sort of break, like holidays at some point or?
Swimming?
No, just like holiday or anything, because
Ah,
like you just basically non-stop. So have you already found the time to like rest?
in December will be finally some rest. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, and that's when you're going back home.
And I can tell you here because I will meet some
Ah,
of my friends there in Montreal.
they're already like waiting for you. Oh, amazing. Someone asked, obviously that's very common question. How many hours per day you practice?
Today, like 30 minutes. During the competition, maybe 3 to 4 hours. And before the competition, I don't know, maybe also like 4 hours. Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always really
But it's not like so
inspiration at the
then
moment. I
though.
think I will never practice if I don't know what I'm practicing. 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. So it's not like you've got a schedule and say, okay, today I need to, you know, practice that many hours because
Yeah,
some people
the reason
do that. I know.
that the
So
logic
you're
is
quite
that if I
spontaneous.
if I practice 6 hours in a wrong way, then it's extra 6 hours to actually correct the
Mm-hmm.
problems I
Of
just
course.
practiced. So that's the reason I don't like to practice too much when it's not feeling good.
Mm-hmm. And that's the time when you're going
Yeah,
swimming
swimming,
instead, I suppose.
karting, partying.
Um, okay, the next one is if you would not play piano, what instrument will you
Probably
play?
not
Or
anything
would
because
you not play
I
at
suck
all?
at singing. And oh, by the way, I don't have perfect pitch. So yeah, so I don't sing. Other instruments, I don't know. Violin, actually, I started on a violin first, like maybe for 2 days, just and it's so damn hard because it's beginning, especially on the beginning level. Violin is like the hardest instrument I think you can start with. At least the piano, you have the keys, you have the notes, but like it's just like you're
Mm-hmm.
playing on a piece of wood, like that sounds like atonal on a piece of rock. So so it's like so that's maybe why I switched to electric keyboard at home, just for better satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I wouldn't do any other instrument if I didn't play piano. Hopefully, many other hobbies, so I think I will
Well,
just switch naturally to something else.
mm-hmm. Well, we're glad that you made that choice with violin, obviously. We can now listen to your beautiful play. Um, so you said in one of the interviews that you're planning to move to Europe in the
Maybe, yes.
future.
I think that's
Is
good
that still
because
on?
mainly the concerts are happening there. So but no, it's not nothing. I don't even have time to actually practice my piece. So that will be to be settled down in a later moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose now it's like crazy, like hard to plan anything, I suppose. Uh, have you ever participated in a non-music competition like
Yeah,
swimming,
actually
karting,
swimming.
or something like that?
Karting more like not so professional, more just for leisure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully something else very soon.
Mm. I've seen that you've done some
Yeah.
karting in Poznan. That was
Yeah,
fun.
it's
A bit
I
of a
think that will be
break.
part of my future contract of concerts. I already got them, by the way. That's they proposed me if I want to come to these concerts, and then they're saying we have a good track of indoor, outdoor karting racetracks there, and and then they convinced
So it's
me to
like
come.
win-win for you, really. So you cannot complain. And you never know. You might proceed like a second
Well,
career as
I
well at
wouldn't
some
say that,
point.
but it's just fun. Tell these guys I'm in Seoul, Korea right
Um,
now. I'm in quarantine for 1 day, and then I can be out for the concerts in 4 days.
all right. I'm just still looking for it because there's like so many questions. It's really hard to
No, because
choose like
in this live
few.
chat.
Um,
Do it later.
yeah. If you just want like maybe
Yeah, I'm
just
always
scroll through
watching what
some
they are
questions
saying.
on actual chat. Oh yeah, they asking like what you're drinking and stuff like
Some
that.
Korean drink I stole from the breakfast.
Um, Someone actually asked, "What is the perfect happiness
The
means for
perfect
you?"
happiness?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's too many things we can say about that. Yeah. I think I think the perfect happiness is that actually you don't achieve anything because you're always trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve. So because what we want is always something we don't have. So once you have it, I think the satisfaction will be reduced very quickly. So then you have to find something else you want to achieve. So I think that's the point of the whole life. You're always trying to do something that you didn't achieve yet. So I think the happiness is you're always constantly in this process. And other than that, I think only one word is called love. So I think I'm not talking about the chicks or the little kissy kissy, love, but this is with family, with friends, of course, and with all the people around supporting you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, someone asked about like family that you must miss your family a lot. When
Well,
was
my
the
mom
last time you
came from
actually
Paris to
seen them?
to Warsaw, so yeah, that was okay. But back to Canada was quite a while.
Mm, wow. Not long now. Uh, so, after a hard day of playing piano, what food do you want to eat the
I
most?
think now it's easy. Whenever I go to a new place, I just try the food of the local place. So that's quite good. Otherwise, I can
I
eat
must ask,
Polish
what
food.
about Polish
I
food?
like it. I mean, not picky at all. I like
It's
everything.
quite, I would say like
Have you?
Polish food is quite heavy. Like not a lot of, yeah, not a
Yeah.
lot of like people from abroad like it. So I'm glad you do. Uh,
So I'm not really.
oh,
And any routine before I play? No, I'm just actually eating banana maybe, and that's all.
really? I There is like in Poland, there is this like a guy like in the sport industry, like doing the jump skiing or something, and he exactly said the same. Like before any
Actually,
competition, he eats
new
banana. So
ritual. I
must be
not
something
even
about it.
ritual, but I don't know. I never did that before. Actually, for Chopin, it was the first time I did. Looks like it worked out. So, but it's more like because I heard other people, a lot of people always eat that before the performance. They said that it give kind of a boost of
Hmm.
energy, whatever. I think it's more like a psychological thing, but And actually, I went to a lot of concerts, concert hall before in backstage. There's always some banana in the dressing room. I don't know why. So
Yeah, I think that is something like with releasing energy and stuff like
yeah,
that. I think that it's quite good for you. I don't know. Maybe I'm not scientifically like educated in that respect. um the other question, have you got like a favorite concert hall in the world that you
that's
like to
not
play the
really.
most? Apart from work, so obviously.
That's hard to say. There are definitely some bad ones, but I think all the good ones are, for me, it's the same. They're just really different. Yeah. Blood type is AB,
Okay. Um,
so I'm quite a cool person.
I don't know why this question popping up all the time
No,
about your
I think
like
people want to know about,
blood type.
zodiac sign and
It,
blood type together is they can actually know who I am.
yeah, I was a bit worried when that question popped up. But I was a bit worried. Why did this question popped up? Why would someone want to know your blood type? Should we be afraid of
Uh,
something? Oh god. Because I know like your time is quite limited, and we said like we're not gonna do it like for forever. So I'm just trying to look for other questions. Oh, if you had the chance to invite three
legend.
legendary figures for a dinner, who
Oh,
would that
three
be?
legendary figures.
Yeah.
That's hard to say. That's impossible. uh, oh, skip. That's too hard. maybe maybe an F1. Oh, sorry. Maybe an
Uh,
F1 driver. Uh, an actor from the past, and oh, I didn't say musician, right? That's a little bit bad. Uh,
yeah, I was just like praying that you're gonna say that.
depends. Impossible. Ah, John Cage.
Okay. Um,
That'll be fun.
interesting. That would be
We will
interesting
not say
dinner
anything,
for sure.
just like his piece. Just sit there and
Obviously,
just, you know.
mm, obviously the favorite composer. What is your favorite composer?
Chopping.
Oh, it was actually quite funny, I had the story about it because I was on a Zoom call with some people from UK, and they know like they working all like in a corporation world, and they not very associated with music. And I was telling them that I was working during the shopping competition, and they were like, so what you do there, you just like shopping for a price, like how much you can spend in an hour or something. And I was like, no, Chopin is like composer. They had no idea that there is a competition like that. I was quite shocked. um so the other one, when did you start to prepare to like the competition itself? When did you
I
start to
think
like practicing the
2 years
programs?
ago. Before, actually, with my teacher, we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I started with my teacher everything not related with Chopin, which is funny because people see him like like a model for Chopin's music. I did with him Russian music,
Mm-hmm.
French music, classical, yeah, and Chopin was the last somehow.
So were you quite happy when you find out there is like a 1 year
It
delay?
was good because I thought I was not well prepared. worked out for me.
Obviously, you
So Poland, I will be back in March, 1st of March, in Warsaw. Yeah. Be
Oh,
the
so now it's
yeah
confirmed.
the birth
Great. So you're
birth
playing the
Chopin's birth
concert, right?
anniversary.
Oh, amazing. I think that a lot of people like was waiting for that information, including myself.
Next summer as well in August. Actually, Chopin is.
Yeah, so it's like the Chopin and his Europe, yeah. Oh, so you're gonna be hit around quite a lot. Oh, what is your dream? I would ask you related, like within your career, maybe. I would just
Now it's
specify
just
that to
to
that.
organize all these things. It's already a very big challenge and job. And maybe in a longer term, you never know, is to explore maybe more variety of musical form, not only piano, who knows?
Are you actually thinking about composing
Oh,
yourself,
I
or
think that's not
is it
for
not
me.
something that interests you?
Maybe doing some transcriptions or doing dance stuff like that, but not real composing. Of course,
How about like
that would be
teaching
nice. I
piano?
would love to do that.
Oh God, someone literally asked, have you tried Chopin vodka?
I have not tried actually, but I tried before the competition, but not this time because vodka is everywhere.
Oh, that yeah, it's quite famous, but
Yeah,
we haven't seen it during the competition.
I was.
Um, what influenced? What? Sorry.
No,
No,
it's
go ahead.
okay. What they're asking, oh my, improvise? No, because I don't have perfect pitch, so that's going to be a problem. But I like to play jazz, so very soon I will put some jazz piece in
Oh,
my program. So hopes.
hmm, that is very interesting. Cool. Uh, what influence do Paris, your birthplace, Montreal, where you live, and your Chinese roots have on you
I think
and
it's
your
great because
choices?
it's like it gives me a very open-minded way of thinking. It's a bit of like understanding all the different composers are from different cultures, obviously Germany, Russian, French, everything. So that mindset is good, I think, for me. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Wow, so many questions. Everyone's going on about the jazz now.
I shouldn't have said it, right?
Yeah, I know. I think that you put some pressure on you now. Now, everyone will be waiting.
Yeah, I'll better keep
Uh,
it as a surprise, and you will know it in the coming seasons. So I will build the website quite soon,
uh,
and you guys will all know the
oh yeah.
scheduling very quickly, because it's quite a messy period. If you don't, Schumann, of course.
Mm,
I played the Carnival, the piano quintet. Singing, not for me.
oh, I hope we play jazz. It's just like
That's
everyone's going on around just jazz. Oh, how many Chopin studies have you learned?
I played actually all
I
the
mean,
Opus
pieces
25
probably of Chopin
and
learned.
Opus 10. I played maybe 4 or 5.
Hmm. Do you think your music has been influenced from your lots of hobby, like swimming and karting and everything? Do you think that influencing your like
It's hard to say
the way of
because
playing or?
these hobbies are not meant to be directly put in contact with music. Like how does karting influence your playing, or how does swimming influence your? I think it's very indirect thing. Uh, if you really want some connection, I think karting would be good for concentration. Swimming might be good for relaxing your bodies, or for training your stamina or something like that. But that's not my goal of doing these hobbies. It's really to just the fact of doing something else naturally already putting in a break. It's good for your brain, I think.
Yeah, but I think, if it's something that you love to do, and you're relaxing, we can kind of hear it like when you're performing, because a lot of people were like writing in the comments that you always look very joyful when you're performing.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. Actually, you
Depends
do.
on pieces, maybe. At least for the.
Yeah, that is true, but like even if it's not very joyful piece,
Yeah,
you still look
normal
like
because
you pretty
reflects
like
our
happy
personality.
in the
So
place where you are. Uh,
you like.
or if you could arrange the dream
Yeah, I
recital,
did
which
frisbee with
piece would you
Sorita.
play?
It was fun. Who does? Everybody have stage fright, I think. Uh, it's as I said, it's really to pre-prepare before you go on stage. That you imagine you're on stage, and you can reduce that feeling much more. Actually, I enjoy my life a bit more now. After the competition, I was really anxious about all these new challenges, and I think I said in so many interviews I was lacking of sleep and my life was all mess, and I was missing home and etc. Of course, I still have all these problems, but at least I think I get used a bit more to the speed, which is good. Oh,
Yeah, you've
me blue,
settled now.
sky blue.
Mhm. After the concert, do you prefer to be alone
After
or go
concert, I
to
prefer to go
celebrate?
celebrate. Before the concert, I prefer to be alone.
You're
Yeah,
just getting
they
like in your
always need
zone.
a moment to
Uh,
get out of this pressure. How tall am? What do you think? How tall I am?
what? Sorry.
It's hard to say. Europeans I'm a
Right, I'm just.
182. Uh, Americans they'll be how much
Mhm.
is that? Maybe 6 feet, something like that.
Mm, my daughter, 12 years old, asked, "Do you like practice?" uh, right, it's like so many. Because I'm still like conscious of the time, so we've got like few more minutes. So I'll
Yeah,
let
we
you
go until
choose the
11.
last questions from the list to answer.
So your time like we can still do 10 minutes. That's okay. Just to answer
Cool.
what they're asking. So guys, ask some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm the only kid in the family. Favorite symphony. That's hard to say. Like Tchaikovsky, Shostakovich, but also the classic ones. Maybe Eroica. Who knows? US, yes, I'm coming in March,
Mm.
I think. Not confirmed yet, but we will have a tour with the Warsaw Phil in the US in March. Yeah. So hope it's gonna work out. Nobody's knowing what's happening with the COVID. Wait.
Which composer do
Do
you
I have a
hate?
girlfriend? So no, I'm single.
What?
So that
What?
I will use this website as a dating dating opportunity now. Yeah. Um Movies, yeah, that's a good question. I like the pianist movies, of course. Legend of 1990. This is all about pianos, but also I like the old, vintage type. Like Forrest Gump. That's cool, and English Patient. I like these old movies. You like to play? So after this, I think, as I said, it would be nice to play some jazz, just to get out of this this feeling. But no, next
Oh, do you actually have like
I have
experience with
but
playing jazz?
something I
Have
would
you
like to
like
do.
performed
Not
with jazz
improvise, but
before?
just to play the pieces that's written. But it's I think it's a nice combination. If you say, as you said, how to create something new in classical music, I think this could be a way.
Mm-mm. Favorite jazz composer
Composer.
then? Mm.
Oh, that's hard. All these, I mean, there's a lot. Oscar Peterson, but actually, I like more a pianist called Keith Jarrett. You know, I cannot improvise, of course, but I admire these people.
Someone just already came back with your new nickname for that. It will be Bruce
No,
Jazz Lee.
actually, ah, nah, it doesn't sound good, man. Guys, find a new name.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, Taiwan. I will also be in Taiwan in I think probably in June for a few concerts there to be confirmed, but let's see.
Oh, someone says play Leszek Możdżer, please. So it's like I don't know if you know him. It's like a
Oh,
Polish jazz pianist,
opera?
very
Is
famous.
that even a question? Don Giovanni.
Oh, I'm looking at the other question section. And do you see yourself playing the piano and giving the concert for the rest of your life?
I don't think so. At least
No.
yeah, for a long time.
What
But
would
I'm
be the
not.
other thing that would you like to
I
do?
think, of course, now I think I don't imagine myself playing piano at 85. You know, I will be playing like for fun, but maybe not for concerts anymore. Yeah, Don Bruce. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
name. Yeah, I would like to teach actually, because I think it's great, you know, to share all the experience to other people. That's why something I would love to do.
Oh, how do you learn like new pieces on piano? How do you memorize it?
Yeah,
It's just like coming
for me,
naturally,
um,
like with the time, or you learn it straight
um,
away?
but I think start learning a piece. It's for me, it's more important to actually know in what period of his life the composer did it. You know, like what he was experiencing at that time. That's more important for me. I think it's better. It's more important for me to know the story before you actually learn the notes. So I will be back in December to Canada. And about China, you know, it's not my decision. It's so hard right now. The country is really strict, and you know, everybody going needs a quarantine of 2 or 3 weeks. So we just really hope that everything can be more chill soon. Ah,
Hope to see you in the karting
definitely.
competition too.
I already raced with the Polish national team, Kacper. Yeah, it was fun. I learned a lot from him. So I mean, if I can have less concerts, I think I will have more time for this. Or if the concert organizers all propose me with a karting contract, then that would be nice.
Yeah, so whoever like listening to us now, you know what's the deal. Uh, do you like to meet fans or do you like a
I like
fans
to meet fans,
gathering?
yes, but you know, it's I think it's sometimes it's about the quantity. You know, I love to meet people and love to meet you guys. It's just to you have to understand me when I take 1,000 photos, selfie with people a day, there's always a little bit tiring moment. So, so if you see sometimes I'm not smiling, please understand me.
So do you get it a lot now,
Now,
like when you're in the public,
but
like
because
people
of COVID and
recognize
with
you
the
straight
mask
away
and
and ask for a photo?
everything, it's already quite reduced. But so it's like that. When I have too much, I'm like, come a bit stepping back. But when I'm didn't meet so many people, then I like, okay, I'll be more happy to do it. So
Do you consider
my
Chopin as
teacher,
your teacher?
yeah,
In
I
some
think so.
sense.
I can't say no.
The favorite piece to play for fun. What's yours?
Just some transcription, from famous pieces like For Elise or Swan Lake, and stuff like that.
Oh, now they just keep asking about your favorite jazz
It's okay.
player. I think that you cannot get away from that.
I will
I
be.
think like get that answer ready for Thursday.
So I can tell a bit. I can tell
What's
a
your
bit. It
program
will
at
be
the
still a
next
bit of
season?
surprise, but I can tell a bit. It will be. I will try to put the two Don Giovanni together, which is the Chopin variation, of course, and the Liszt Don Giovanni as well, in the same concert. So you guys can compare in a cool way. Of course, with mixing other stuff because otherwise it's a bit too heavy.
How do you overcome your bored or fatigue during
All
the
the hobbies.
practice? When is your
Yeah,
website going to be
probably the
open?
beginning of next year, I believe, or I can't say anything yet, but I'll try to make it as quickly as possible.
Are you morning person or a night
I'm
owl?
definitely
I think
a night
that you've
person.
talked about it already in a few interviews.
I wake up every day at 11.
Oh, right, we've got like 1 more minute, 1.5 exactly. So guys,
Actually, I
keep going
didn't.
with the
I thought it
question.
was going to be so bored after E minor like 10 times, but actually each time I still find some new stuff. So I guess it's working out better than I thought. And the first impression of my teacher is that he is the best laugher in the world.
Because you like you've got quite
Yeah,
friendly relation with him as well,
absolutely.
from what you say. Hmm. Right. Before it's gonna cut off, because it's like 30 seconds. Bruce, thank you ever so much for joining us today. I really appreciate that because I know like you're super busy with things.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. I think I'm gonna save that live as well, so people who won't be there, like they can rewatch it. And obviously, guys, there is another live on Thursday at the same time
Yeah,
for
so
Chopinist
ask
Jiu.
something different, please.